Today, we are diving into a revolution that's quietly changing, well, everything about how you shop online. We're talking about a future where your shopping experience isn't just a random walk through a digital mall, but a journey built specifically for you by artificial intelligence. Okay, let's just be real for a second. How much of your life have you wasted scrolling through page after page of online stores, just getting hit with ads for stuff you would never, ever buy? It's this universal frustration, right? A digital chore we've all just kind of accepted. But what if you could flip that whole experience on its head? Imagine opening a store that practically reads your mind. It knows your style, it gets your vibe, and it only shows you things you'll actually love. Well, that's not science fiction anymore. It's the very real promise of a new wave of AI. So let's get into it. Section 1 is all about the end of generic shopping. We are literally witnessing the death of the old, impersonal way we used to buy things. And what's so cool about this slide is how clearly it shows the difference. I mean, on the left, you've got the old school way, one size fits all, mass production, ads based on pure guesswork. But on the right, that's the new world. We're talking about a unique experience for you, on-demand production, and ads that are so spot on, you might actually want to see them. It's moving from a brand shouting at a huge crowd to having a quiet, one-on-one conversation with you. So the big question is, how is any of this even possible? Well, let's head into Section 2 and meet your brand new shopping partner, your personal AI stylist. The magic behind all of this is a technology called Generative AI. And to put it really simply, it's AI that doesn't just analyze information. It actually creates brand new, original stuff, like text, images, product ideas, all based on what it's learned about a topic, or in this case, about you. And this whole revolution, it's happening the fastest in what's called the direct-to-consumer, or DTC space. This is when brands sell their products right to you, cutting out that department store middleman. And that direct relationship is so important, because it's what gives them all the raw data they need to make the AI work. And this all leads us to the main idea here, hyper-personalization. And listen, this is so much more than just getting an email with your first name on it. We're talking about using real-time data to give you products and messages tailored exactly to what you need right in that moment. So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, it's this constant learning loop. First, the AI listens and learns from what you browse, what you buy, maybe even your social media. Then it starts to see your unique style by finding patterns in all that data. From there, it actually creates for you, generating custom recommendations. Then, and this is wild, it can adapt the entire website in real time to match what it thinks you're looking for. And finally, and this is the key, it gets smarter with every single click you make, constantly getting better at understanding you. Okay, so that's the tech, but what does this actually mean for your shopping cart? Let's jump into Section 3 and see how this is changing shopping, not in the future, but right now. This is where it gets really, really cool. I mean, imagine describing your perfect pair of sneakers, and an AI just designs it for you on the spot. Or using a virtual try-on to see exactly how a new shirt would look on a photo of you. You might start seeing dynamic pricing, like special discounts just for you because you're a loyal customer. You'll be able to talk to AI assistants that already know your entire order history. And hey, maybe best of all, you'll finally see ads for products that actually fit your life. And why are brands putting so much money and effort into this? Well, this chart tells the whole story. The biggest piece of the pie, at 35%, is just creating that unique, individualized experience, because they know if they get that right, it leads to everything else on this chart. More people actually buying stuff, deeper customer loyalty, and even running their business more efficiently. But, of course, a world that's perfectly curated just for you, well, it comes at a cost. We have to look at the other side of this. So let's move to Section 4, the price of perfection. This kind of convenience isn't free. There are some very real risks here. First off, data privacy. I mean, brands are collecting huge amounts of your personal data. Then you've got something called algorithmic bias. If the data it learns from is flawed, its suggestions can be irrelevant or even unfair. AI can also be just plain inaccurate. Sometimes it hallucinates, which means it literally just makes up product features that don't even exist. And then there's a more subtle risk, the loss of discovery. If you're only ever shown what an algorithm thinks you'll like, you might get stuck in a bubble and miss out on discovering something new and totally unexpected. So all of this brings us to our final section, and it really puts the focus back on us, the people actually doing the shopping. Section 5, your choice, your data. When you really boil it all down, it comes to this one central trade-off: a perfectly convenient, almost magical shopping experience in exchange for your personal data. There's no right or wrong answer here, but it's a decision we are all going to have to make, whether we realize it or not. And if you look at it from the brand's perspective, their goal is crystal clear. They want, and I'm quoting here, to create a shopping journey that feels unique to you, building a stronger bond. In other words, this is all about engineering a connection, engineering loyalty, making you feel so perfectly understood that you'd never want to shop anywhere else. And that leaves us with the final question, the one you really have to answer for yourself. As this technology becomes a totally normal part of our lives, you have to decide, is getting that perfect product recommendation worth your personal data?